So at the University of Michigan Hospital emergency room, I checked myself in today because of an injury I sustained to my lower left intestinal growing area. I have a terrible history with the University of Michigan Hospital covering up for Ann Arbor police, as well as the University of Michigan police, using directed energy weapons against me and rendering my personal property harmful with harmful substances, irradiated substances, whatever, to cause me injury not only to my head but also my intestine. And so I made a video of my intake triage so that I'd have some proof of what I was telling the intake triage paramedic staff about my condition, so that they couldn't cover up the real reason why I was there seeking help, which is a pain and a burning sensation in my lower left intestinal area, as well as what I believe is called an ileus, an intestinal bowel backup or dysfunction or intestinal shutdown caused by or induced by a high energy injury to the intestinal tract and system. And so in typical regular fashion, they have hacked my device, but now I realize how they're doing it. So I was uploading a video well enough that I had made of my intake here, but then I realized that it had been altered or edited by the hospital security officer that you should see in the video. As I'm walking to the emergency room and going through the emergency room doors, somehow he was able to hack that video and edit it, so 2 minutes from it. So it only shows, I believe, 59 seconds or something, as opposed to 2 minutes and 59 seconds, which would have included my conversation with the intake staff at the emergency room. And so then, even though there was a lot of people there, I got a rushed expedited priority to have my vitals taken, and then they put a plastic wristband around my wrist, which has printed black carbon iron ink on it, with my name and information, like most hospitals do. However, I've taken pictures of this wristband in the past, and it has come up on my scanner as irradiated. And so I noticed after they put that on my wrist that my device would malfunction, and say that I didn't have storage that I know that I made or allocated, available before I came to the emergency room 45 minutes ago. And then I tried conducting a live recording with this app, which wouldn't require the storage capacity of my device, and that wouldn't work. Then I tried going on Facebook and making a video through the Facebook app, a live video through the Facebook app. That malfunctioned. So I just got the hell out of there. And then I came over here next door to the Taubman Cancer Center again, a place where I've made a video before, in which a piano was being used, I believe, inappropriately to draw excessive electromagnetic energy into the room, to try to, apparently, do what the wristband did to me. Whatever my electromagnetic conductive condition is, by placing an irradiated plastic carbon iron ink printed wristband on my wrist, it activates, or energizes, my condition, so that I'm more susceptible to receiving remote commands. My body is remote commands from whatever equipment that's used by the hospital security, which their office is stationed in the waiting room of the University of Michigan emergency room, and then subsequently controlling my device, and so that way they can stop me from uploading videos, past videos, or making current videos or whatever. So I'm fully aware that it is not appropriate, perhaps not even lawful, to make videos of other people who are patients in that professional setting. It's not something that I do usually, only if I apprehend harm from people contributing to the hacking circumstance of my device, in which I am trying to upload videos that I apprehend harm from the University of Michigan Hospital security and or staff, personnel, doctors or whatever. And so I find it absolutely necessary when I come to this hospital to make some type of proof, video proof of what's going on here. And so as you see, these were attempts that I made to upload the video of the security staff who met me at the entrance of the emergency room, the hospital, University of Michigan Hospital. And so I'll demonstrate again how they have brought about that effect. Oh, and for some reason, the video didn't even show here in my, oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Let me see here. All right, so that's the hack. Let's see here. So if anyone's ever come to the University of Michigan hospital system, the internet here is exceptional because in part it has to be for the medical professional purpose. Let's see. That's what I'm connected to. So that's the hospital MGAS public network. You know, that doesn't make any sense, especially given where I am right now. Later. Yeah, go ahead, because that's where I have it. So, I mean, a lot of money in this building. Millions of dollars endowed to the Taubman Cancer Research Institute. So there's no reason why internet should be poor here. So apparently they've used my body. You know, they're using my body somehow to block the internet signal because of whatever chemical or reagent or condition that I have. Let's consider the place where they put the wristband. this is the wrist. There's an interesting story about this wrist. I believe March 15th, 2018, last year, Judge Tabby of the 1482 District Court was collaborating with community gang stalkers to keep me from showing up to my court dates for a simple misdemeanor charge on time. And so he was able to consistently issue a bench warrant for my arrest, and then I would go unnotified of that. And then it's put into a lien system, and maybe a lien system is connected to a satellite system here in the state of Michigan. I don't know. But I mean, this is what people relayed to me. But more importantly, it gives law enforcement an opportunity to arrest me, seize my property, steal my property, or render my property hazardous, and or delete files from my storage media, whatever that's pejorative about Ann Arbor or prominent people in Ann Arbor, like doctors and or judges or magistrates or law enforcement officers, so whatever. So I mean, we must have went around the rosy in that regard. I must have been incarcerated off of bench warrants maybe 4 or 5 times for that case, in which it was dropped eventually, and now it's been brought back again, and I've been arrested again and detained for 2 days after March 15th, 2018, which apparently gave Washtenaw County law enforcement and or Ann Arbor Police law enforcement an opportunity to render some of my property, such as my Bluetooth keyboard, hazardous, of which I sustained an injury from to my lower growing intestinal area a few days ago, and the reason why I'm here at the hospital today to seek treatment. I wish I could go to a different hospital system outside of the city, but it just so happens that by arresting me and having me incarcerated for 2 days, the state takes over my health insurance, and it drops my elected insurance primary provider. And so therefore, I don't have, or I'm no longer enrolled in a primary provider health insurance plan, which before I was incarcerated a few days ago, less than a week, it was Blue Cross and Blue Shield Complete. Now it's been rendered again straight Medicaid, and so it's a very complicated process to get transportation outside of the city so that I can go to another hospital. And so I have to go through the whole process again of reinitiating and re-electing a primary health provider, and then that takes 30 days to go into effect, and so I'm forced, to go through University of Michigan now, at least for now. So it's like it's all been orchestrated, for this purpose. But here I am, So back to this wrist. Okay, so the scanner is being malfunctioned here. So it's not. So what I see is these. There's a security guard there. What's the coincidence that my equipment's not working and there's a security around, right? So, Okay, so I'm going to have to now waste more time and go play this stupid game of trying to color out the hack commands on my device so that it will work. Alrighty, let's see here.
Mm,